Boarding requested.
Right, good afternoon, everybody. All the six that are watching. Hey, David from Leeds, if you're still there. I think Gav's just come online, isn't he? I think he's just streaming, so probably everybody's gone off to watch him instead. There we go. It's fine. Nice little flight down to Corfu. Yeah, it's one of my favourite little places, Corfu. It's always good fun to get into. So if we'll do something nice and quick today.
You want to board crew?
No, I don't. I'm already here.
Passengers bus is coming.
Thank you. Yep, so I said I'd stream this week. Try and get a stream in. Obviously very, very busy, so just trying to fit in what I can. We've got maybe a little bit of control online. Yeah, I may have some controllers. Good, I need a tissue. There's a tissue. Ugh, sniffy nose. Right, so yeah, we're in the old school LTU aircraft. So I mean, basically the aircraft is ancient. About 22 years old, I think this thing was. So no fancy dials, no brake fans, nothing really. I mean, I suppose this thing probably had CRT gauges back in the day. Still got the LCD screens, but there we go. LCD screens are not an option. It's 10 minutes to go to departure. Obviously not going to quite do that. That's fine. Not too concerned. We shall go when we're ready. Ooh. So everybody has had a good week. Just see my roster for May. Good God. I didn't think it was legal to work so many hours, but obviously is. Well, summer's kicking off. With, you know, lots of places like this, actually. Greek island stuff, a lot of seeing a lot of that on me roster. Canaries, usual sort of things. All the good holiday destinations. Right, I'm not going to labour any of this too much. Everybody knows how to read a flight plan. It's all pinned up, so... What do we got? Munich, Corfu. Not too many passengers, 130, so passengers, 132, something like that. Fuel's not looking too bad, bit of an underload. 37,000 feet, yeah, that seems sensible. What do we got? Get to about 6.8 on. There may be a landing distance restriction. Probably isn't actually. I think it's probably fine, especially dry. So it should be okay. So it could probably land at max landing weight if we need to. Route is there. Weather what we can see in Munich is already a bit shite. Bit wet. Good old German air sort of weather. What we got for Corfu itself? So 2908, so that's okay. Not really any crosswinds. Probably favouring 3-4. Good veers, few scattered TCUs, usual sort of weather. This is always a little bit unpredictable. Always says sort of few TCUs and CBs, but you never actually quite know where the bloody hell they are. Variable at 5 throughout the day, good veers. So prop 40, sort of in the time that we're coming in actually. Yeah, 5,000 metres of rain, few TCUs with a tempo as well, prop 30, thunderstorms and rain. So it could be quite interesting, yeah. So it's typical sort of weather for Corfu, you know, pretty much get this almost every time we're going down there. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's cavalier, and sometimes it just isn't.
I'm doing good.
So yeah, we're going to just deal with that as we can. We've got Preveza as an alternate. Very, very similar weather because it's pretty much next door to it. Athens, that's probably a little bit better. A few CBUs around. Thunderstorms, yeah, it's all looking pretty similar for down in Greece. So a few thunderstorms around, a few CBs. Kefalonia, again, very, very similar. And what's this? Brindisi, I think it is, just on the other side of the Adriatic in Italy. That's not looking too bad. Maybe a little bit of low vis later on today, which shouldn't affect us. Munich, this is looking pretty like it is out the window. So yeah, vis isn't too bad. Light rain broken at 1,600 feet. Apart from that, it's looking fine. And then lots of big come-ins. This is all tomorrow, so not too worried about that. 4,000 metres. Right, Sigmet. So is there anything on the Sigmet? There we go. It's kind of what we were expecting. So isolated embedded CBs all in this area. So yeah, definitely as per the forecast. So we shall treat that with... Oh, God. Treat that with the respect it deserves. Let's shut you up. Can't be asked to listen to you. Everything else is good. No times. Have a quick butchers at them. Do a bit of a tailwind. Good. Yeah. Munich. NDB. Don't care about that. Maybe it's taxiways. Something else. Something else. Departures. Okay. Not too much of an issue. DME associated with ILS 08 left. Okay, yeah, not too worried. Change the stars. Fine. Okay, so yeah, that's all good. Corfu. ADSB. Don't really care about that. So Alpha. It's closed. Okay. Birds, yeah, obviously, lots of seagulls. It's on the coast, so dickheads. Ducks and pheasants as well. There you go. So yeah, a bit of a wildlife trap, this one.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Backtrack operations. After landing prior to takeoff, effective only at the extremities. Okay, probably landed on 3-4, so that should make the taxiing relatively straightforward. Good, so that's not looking too bad. Purveys of birds, everything else. Good. Okay, not too worried. All looking fine. Athens, probably plenty of things for Athens, but we know got 2 nice long runs to Athens, so that's good. In terms of fuel, let's have a quick look. So let's just take a little bit extra for Athens and for the CBs, thunderstorms that may be around in the area. So what do you want? We want another... There we go, Athens. We want another ton for Athens, that's good. So let's have at least that. That makes it, what's that? That's 7 tons. Let's take another...
Passengers boarding.
Oh, let's take another half hour as well, just for the CBs for holding. So let's take another 2 tons, which is probably a bit excessive, but there we go. That'll do. So let's just round that up to 8 tons for the fuel. So I haven't had the fueler yet. Has he come out? Hey Ryan, how you doing? No fueler, no. Have I requested it? I'm sure I've requested the fueler. Yeah, he's requested. Mass and balance. And why is that not? Come on. That's a bit better. So we want 8. I should have done that instant really, because his GSX has pretty much got everybody on board. I can redo that if I need to. Good, so that's all sorted. Or at least it's stopped raining for the time being. Let's have a quick look on the overhead. That's done. Captains, where's that gone, that one? Strobe can go off. That's on. We're going to be refueling in a second. That can stay off. Let's get the APU started. Fire tests. Yeah. Good, that's done. Need to get some charts.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Yeah, where's my flight plan? There it is. Vabor 3 Echo departure. Flights. So it looks like 08. Go 08 left or 08 right. I can't remember which one it is. That's flight level 70 is the initial climb altitude, cruise altitude, flight level. You want you. Boarding's complete. That was quick. Yeah, so it looks like it is actually refueling. It's just GSX isn't doing it. Doing the stuff. Right, let's have a quick look at here. Get this all sorted. Just to keep you happy. That can go. Right, where are we? Flight plan. What is the? There we go. LTU. 86 Papa. Cost index again. I know. I have no idea. I mean, could be anything. 25. That would do. Winds. Get those in. That's good. Drop of bores is 32,500 feet, more or less. 5. Temperature, yeah, it's about 9 degrees. I have to get the ATIS for that. And 370 is the cruise. Not plus 55, that won't work. Minus 55. Come on. Done. Flight plan. Departure. Have we got any ATIS? That's what I kind of want to see. There's my pad. Where's my phone? There it is. Let's have a look. Right, so I don't think there's any controllers on, sadly. Okay. Yeah, it's not too much of an issue. Okay, so there's no controllers on. What's the meter? Let's just write that down. Ow. That's what I asked for. Stairs. No, I got a funny these is going to be shouting at me all day. Anyway, let's have a quick look. So, wind is 030. It's 8 knots. Variant 35060. Good viz. Light rain. Killing 1018. 4,000 meters in rain. Yeah, that's fair enough. Right, what else was I doing? I can get that on if it works.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Yeah,
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I just stop refueling. Possibly, I don't know. I just restart it. It's whatever. Whatever, it's fine. I forgot what I was doing now. No, temperature, that's all I wanted to see. 9 degrees. 2.7. So let's go 08 right. That's probably a bit more commercially viable. A bit more better for us. Vavor 3 Echo.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
No, it's a bit dark because I mean we got the fuel, so it's on. let's just assume don't even know. I mean, I suppose I'll restart it, can't I? I'll just reset. Come on.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Right, hopefully that's sorted and kept GSX happy anyway. Yeah, right, you can spend 10 minutes doing that, that's fine. Right, that's it. What's the arrival? What have we got planned? We've got a few arrivals in Corfu, to be fair. Runway 34, yeah, as expected. And approach probably the RNAV. We could do the RNAV, or alternatively we could do a circling. We've got VORs. I think let's do the RNAV. Let's set up for that. It's the RNAV 34 by BedX. We've got Star BedX1 uniform. That one there. By BedX. Insert. So 705 miles versus 683 on the flight line. It's not too bad. It's not far off. Radis, Gimax, Sabad. Down the airway to Capo. Another airway down to Digra. In. Good. Perfect. That's done. Right, let's have a quick look at the emergency procedures. Where are my emergency procedures? I don't know. What have I done with them? Where have they gone? I don't actually know where they've gone. Confusing. I lost things. Right, let's go in here. This school, I know where they are. That. What am I after? Emergency stuff. Right, Munich, where are you? There you are. Munich 08, right, thrust acceleration altitude, looks like they need to... Yeah, that'll do. I can't read that, it's too... Zoom in. Uh, 3008, right, turn to OTT VOR. Okay, fair enough. So let's put you in OTT VOR. That's hard tunes off there. That's done. Probably coming on 08 left. Do we need to come back? Oh god. Does anybody else's like mouse just not work on the first click? E D DM. 08 left. Nah, perfect. I'll come back to in a second. 0 fuel weight, yeah, needs to go in. 57.1 / 30. There's another ton, wasn't it, to Athens? So let's say that's 1.9 to Athens. We want a minimum of 6. We're going to take 8. There you go. That says 8. So yeah, that'll do for me. Secondary. Right, let's sort this out. So engine fail. So it is standard, I think it was. Yeah, 3,000 feet. So E D D M. So 8. Right. 080. Don't know what the QDM is. I don't really care too much. 15 miles. Store. Back in here. Oops. It's not EDDM. Apologies, I'm missing the chat. I'm not really paying too much attention. Right, that's back in. Now we go into a right turn to auto. Whatever it is now. That's down there. Autos. Hold. Just in case something goes bang. And we have an inbound track of 080 degrees and it's right hand turns. Yeah. We can come back in on 08 left. So via possibly. Don't matter. Good, that's in. Performance I put in when I need to. Good, that's done. That's you. See, we've got some load sheets. Perfect. So we got 0 fuel weight of 57.2. Zero fuel weight. CHE 32.3. Is this? I think this is a final load sheet actually. Is it a final load sheet? Maybe. It's got the right amount of fuel in. Oh, we can possibly run figures off that then. So what's that? Takeoff weight 65 tons slash. Where's my CHE for takeoff? Somewhere. There you go. 30.3. Good. And, oh, too much. That one. That's a prelim. Yes, I think I've seen the final load sheet. That's fine. Yeah. So I'm not expecting any more load sheets. That's okay. In fact, we can probably... Yeah, that's the actual figures. That's fine. We can use those. Good. Christian, yeah. Hey, LCU, so something a little bit different. Right, so we've got to look at performance. I need to get the charts up, don't I, really? 1 second. There's my phone. There it is. That should be coming. There we go. And sat-wise, that's import. That should be easier. Alright, so these have got some charts now. That's what we need. Ground charts. That's probably the important one for the seconds. Taxi charts. So we are, in terms of where we are, we're sort of down here somewhere, one of these stands. So we're going to take off probably Bravo 3, I'd imagine. So airport info, that one. And the actual departure is... I've forgotten what I said already now. Vav or something, was it? This one, that's the one. Right, performance. Let's go Bravo 308 right. 08 right, Bravo 3 is 3,800 meters. 08 right, it's definitely not dry, it's wet. Let's just sync the load sheet since we've got those figures over here. 65 tons, 3.3, that's exactly what we said. Let's go flap 1. Force toga, no, anti-ice, what is it, 9 degrees, and it's wet. So yes, let's put that on. Go on. Packs can go on, since it's German, so you probably want the comfort. The weather, I'm going to go, so I'm going to put worst case on this, just so we've got a bit of a tailwind component. So 350, and what let's say 8 knots. No, not 80, 08. Might be a bit hard work. That's done, that's done. And Bravo 3, 3,800 meters, that's what we want. There we go, there's performance. So, nice flex, 66, 40, 41 and 44. 41, 141, 144, 66. Was that flaps 3 or flap 1? Flap 1, yeah, makes sense. Flap 1. There we go, so that's all done. Speed, 08 right, flap 1. Good, that's done. Any speed constraint in that turn? I don't think there was. Double check. Oh, there is actually. So 230 knots in that first turn. Okay, 230 knots, and green dot is 215 anyway, so that's fine. I can do that manage. Right, so that's done. That's done. That's done. That's done. Fuel's done. That's done. Secondary's done. Good. I think we're ready to go pretty much. Could probably come on. You're done. You're done. You're done. That's all done. Perfect. Always, yeah, always loads of oil quantity, always got loads of oil quantity. Hydraulics, good. Oxygen, that's fine. Again, it always is. Recall's done on that. Perfect. I think my control's set up. Is it? Yeah, it looks like it's set up correctly. Fine, good. That's done. Right, I think we're pretty much ready to go. QNH 1018. Right, what am I waiting for? Nothing, really. You can see that's the final load sheet. 65. Oh, is it? Oh, that's a good little trick, Christian. I didn't realise that. Yeah. So if it's like actual, yeah, it's the nearest kilogram. It's the prelim. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Right, I think we're all done. That's ready to go. Chocks can be removed. What we got on here could be dumped. Ground services. So you can go. You can go. You can go. Oops. Should have done that. I should have pressed that button. Oops. Yeah, some ground people just do that. They just yank it. They forget to ask. So more fools them. That's done. Just as well the AP was started. Good, let's have a quick look at the chat list. I'm supposed to have a quick brief as well. Come on, my iPad's so bloody slow. Chat list. Right, that's ready. So yeah, in terms of a brief, so here we are in Munich going down to Corfu, an old school LTU 320. Not really any bells and whistles on this thing. So it's a relatively old aircraft, all works, so nothing with status. Nothing in the MELs. Weather's a little bit grotty, but good enough to get back into Munich. Maybe a little bit interesting down the other end. No terms, nothing really to affect us. Threats, there's a load of terrain off to the south on departure. So where's my map? There it is. So what we got, MSAs, yeah, 14, 15, 15,000 feet really as we start the climb going off towards the south. So yeah, make sure we don't hit anything as we head off towards Corfu. The weather radar doesn't work anyway, so I'm going to leave terrain on my side. I don't think there's much too around Munich to worry about. Yeah, it's just a bit of a dodgy one that, you shouldn't really do it, but yeah, we all make the odd mistake. What else are we going to do? Where are we parked? So where will we stand? 188, I think it is. Yeah, 188. So in terms of stands and the taxi out should be relatively straightforward. We are going to push back. We are up here, so I'm going to push back, probably face south on the blue line, and then just basically go south out Sierra 5, down Tango, then to Bravo 3, we'll just depart from there. Single engine, may not bother doing it, it's a bit wet, so it's not going to be too bad. Got the fuel for it, so just 2-engine taxi, and we do the flight controls once we're sort of down here or on Tango. Then it is departing off this Vavel 3, what's that going to be? 3, right, so 3 Echo. Follow here, Mike Sierra Whiskey, and then just around Alonu, Bevu, and a Vavel, which I haven't actually checked in the flight plan. I should actually have the common sense to check that. So down to Mike. Down to Mike 081, is that a waypoint? Maybe it is. Don't know. Possibly. Alonu, Bevu, and Vavel. So at least that looks sensible. That's what we're doing. Then the flight plan routes. That's all in. No other major threats I can think of. Back in here for 08 left. We are below max landing weight. I think we are. Yeah, below max landing weight. So some below that. And that's about it. Standing company Airbus emergencies. So not much else to say. So in terms of the checklist, the cockpit preparation, aircraft acceptance is completed. Fuel quantity, we have just under 8 tons, and it's balanced. The seatbelts are on. ADRSs, we have 3 in nav, and the BARF is QNH 1018. That's cockpit preparation checklist complete. Right, shall we go? It's about an hour and 40 minutes here, so what's that, 2:30? Yeah, it'd be about 3:30 that I land, which will be fine. That's done. Let's get you ready. Nope. Where's Gav off to today? I haven't actually, I saw he was streaming, but I didn't actually see what he's doing. Bit of in-flight entertainment, watch that.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Done. Good, that's done. Is there any controllers online last minute? Just double check. Don't think so. Stop pushing when somebody's actually controlling. No.
Departure check completed. Pipe has been inserted.
There's somebody landing on... I just don't double check this. What they landed on in real life. I get a funny feeling I could be departing from the other runway. Nope. No, they are using 08. That's fine. I think somebody's landed on 26 in VATSIM. There we go. It is what it is. Right, where's my microphone? There it is. That is done. Cool. So, face to the south. Munich traffic, LTU 86 Papa, down 118 is pushing start to face south on the blue line.
Locking gear.
So, for such checks, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed. Windows are closed. PDs, don't care about them. Doors are closed and armed, and the beacon is on.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
Oh really? It's not icing conditions. It's 8 degrees, you donut. Icing conditions. There was a Eurowings there. Oh, didn't realise he was there. So are you facing... I suppose you might be going on 0 left, that's fair enough. And I'm pushing back. He's pushed back in the middle anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely on Unicom. Yeah, is there somebody else that's in that Simwings 126? I don't know. I mean, there's always one, isn't there?
Set parking brakes.
Good. Starts. Right, brakes on. And starting. Oh, start number 2. Is it Germans? Let's do things weird. Done it all. Everything means really lousy. You've got clear skies here in the north, which is the way around. Yeah, it's not looking great. Right, good, nice clunk on engine 2. Looks stable. Starting 1. Good. One is started. That's good. That's normal. It's a nice little touch I like about the Fenix. You turn the APU off and turn the anti-ice on. We should see the N1s increasing. There we go. We can see the N1 increasing just because the bleed demand's increased a bit for the engine anti-ice. So it makes taxiing a little bit more fun since there's a lot of excess power. Although the Fenix is a little bit better. It does handle a little bit better on the ground for taxiing. Right, anyway, that's done. That's done. What's the PM stuff? That bit. That bit. That bit. What do we say the trim was? About 30% in the green somewhere. 30%, that would do. Status, nothing on the status. That's all done. Good. Right, let's get rid of you guys. Confirm engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Traffic during please report taking off 0 at left.
Alright, he's taking off 0 left, so where are we? The after anti-ice is on. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim's 30.3% set. The velo trim is neutral. The after checks are complete.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Right, tug is disappearing. Another pin should be somewhere. Guys, they're slow in GSX as they are in the real sims. They're not this slow in real life, trust me. They want to go back to their crew rooms, to their bacon buddies. Well, he's a little bit quicker than the sim. Honestly, they're in the real sims that we use, they're bloody useless. Right, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, bye. Go on, that's it. Bugger off, thanks. Bye. Go. Yeah, go. I've waved at you. Bugger off. God, what do you want? A bloody autograph? Right, let's taxi out. Munich traffic. LTU 86 Papa is taxiing to 08 rights via Blue Line Sierra 5 and then Bravo 11 and Tango. Right, let's get all this, make sure this is all done. Good. Right, done. Right, clear on the right and we're clear on the left. Yeah, the brakes are checked. What's that? What is it now? 030. Yeah, that's what I think I remember. Yeah, not particularly nice, is it? So, yeah, why is this guy on 26 left? I don't get it. Why? Numpty. I might go down Sierra because if I go down Bravo, I guarantee you. Is it Sierra or which one is it? Tango. Sorry, if I go down Tango, guarantee you that the guy that's just landed on 26 left will go down Tango. It's just guaranteed. So I might take a right turn down Sierra. I mean, traffic LTU 86 Papa. We're going to make a right turn on Sierra, seeing as somebody wants to land on the wrong runway. It's probably not even on Unicom, is he? Anyway, alright, on the left and on the right is clear. Alright, if you get in my way, mate, then I'm just going to go through. Right, let's do a quick flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left rudder. Full right rudder. Neutral. Seems a bit laggy, the screens. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's not quite as smooth on the flight controls as I'd normally expect. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's turning right down Tango. What a fucking surprise. What a numpty. Yeah, I'll turn that on. Don't have a score. I should have done that, shouldn't I? I forgot about that. Oops, never mind. Done. Right, just remember to do a 2-finger salute as we go past. Isn't it usual runway because he's taxiing next to the runway if there are two? I mean, I don't know, Chris, in terms of... I mean, potentially, yeah, there might be some convention here, which is why I went down this runway. But, I mean, I don't know why he's landed on 26 left. Like, what? Right, not really watching what I'm doing at all, because I'm messaging. There we go, two finger salute. Pillock. Anyway, let's concentrate on what we're doing. Right, done that. Taxi checks, flight controls check, flap setting is config 1. FMA, climb down blue, 1FT2. Red up to wind shear is on. Ecam mode is takeoff no blues and EFBs are still disconnected. Taxi check's complete. He's not even going to reply to me. Won't reply to me because he knows doesn't know what he's doing. Ah, he's disconnected. There you go. What's the obvious sign that somebody on VATSIM hasn't got a clue what they're doing, they just disconnect? Didn't start the timer, did I? Probably had 3 minutes. QNH. Has QNH gone down, is it, Christian? Oh yeah, good spot, buddy. 1017. 1017. Let's take one off the flex. 65. So not this left, but the next left. Oh, excuse me. Alright, what's the time? 22. Oh, God. I can't get this Chrome to work at all. My whole displays are being really laggy. So what's my display quality? Rendered displays on CPUs. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't really know what's going on, but yeah, my displays in the Fenix are being really bad. Alright, anyways, Bravo 3, this is what we worked out. We could go Cat 1 holding points. We're just going to stop there, just collect our thoughts for a second. As there's an OTC, do you keep the 250 until Phen or do you disregard it? I would probably just accelerate, Christy, if I'm above flight level 100. Yeah, I mean, at ATC it'd probably give you free speed in real life, I'd imagine. You know, if there's no ATC online, then you sort of do what you want, really, don't you? I'm not going to be too anal with the procedures. Right, let's just put that on. Let's have a quick look, make sure.
Traffic, Welling 61 November, localizer 08 right.
Okay, so somebody's 08 right, so he's not too far away. So get that on. That's done. That's done. He's far enough away. Minute traffic, LTU 86 Papa is now taken off runway 08 right, far Bravo 3. Right, let's go. Maybe it's the scenery, don't know. Right, so we have got somebody on the approach. He's probably, yeah, 6 miles away, so that's fine. Let's not hang about too much. We're at the 3 minutes. Line up chat list. And cabin is gear for takeoff. Takeoff runway is 208 right, via Bravo. Takeoff clearance is confirmed. TCAS is TAR8 and PAX 1 and 2, they are on. Let's just go. Oh yeah, it's definitely a bit laggy. Right, take off.
Munich traffic, quality 61 November, 5 mile final, 28 right.
Van Flex 65 SRS runway. Thrust is set. $100 knots. V1 rotates. Last to climb. Gear up. At least the sim's not too jerky, but yeah, my screens are very jerky. Never mind. AP1. Let's see how well this copes with this. I've got a funny feeling it might not cope very well. So glass cut, we refresh to low. I don't know. Wait, do you mean in the settings, potentially? Maybe, Christian. I don't know. Right, thrust climb packs are already on. Nice bit of rain. It might get better once we're out of all this cloud, potentially. As long as it's not like this for landing. It's the lowest. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. I mean, possibly. Every time the sim does an update, it changes things, doesn't it? Right, let's through S speed, flap 0, flap 0. Done. Don't need any lights anymore. Keep the girls and boys strapped in. Go through this. Definitely keep the anti-ice on. So it's really just look out the window. There's nothing's happening in nothing's happening in the flight. Don't have any interest, apart from the screen's not doing much. Off to take the Germans down to the Greek islands. I suppose we can set standard, can't we? Yeah, I suppose that's a good thing. Right, let's carry on climbing up. Nope. Don't really want to fly at 7,000 feet all the way to the high ground. Oh, come on. 37,000 feet, I think it was. There we go. Set standard. Standard is set. Cross jet. 370 blue. Can we do that? Maybe 3. Yeah, maybe. Possibly. We'll have a look at it. Maybe 3.7, if not 3.5. So yeah, obviously, Christian, yeah, it's 250 knots. Yeah, we'll probably just accelerate as per normal. Can't quite see the blue sky yet. Of course, don't forget 250 knots is the turbulence penetration speeds below 20,000 feet in the 320 as well. So actually, it's probably not a bad idea just to keep 250 knots until we're sort of through the worst of this. So even though technically we could probably accelerate if ATC allowed us and the constraints still there, you know, staying at 250 knots is probably not a bad idea. Just get rid of, not that one. Just clear the speed constraint out. Slowly starting to get through it. Aha, it's looking a little bit better. Starting to look a bit bluer. There we go, sort of getting out of the clouds. Yeah, we're probably over the worst MSA as well for the Alps. This can go back to standard. Obviously, we know to the north this is still safe. So we can manage the speed. Probably pretty good for the cabin crew. Release them. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that, Christian. But whole time it'll be the first time we'll do Aerosoft. As soon as you fly out, you might do it. Yeah, nice. I definitely. When's the 330 out? I do want to get it. It's probably going to be my next big purchase, I think. You know, even though I don't really know how to fly the 330 intimately, I probably know enough to do what I need to do. And it does. I mean, the 310's great. I do like the 310, but the 330 is just going to be a lot more intuitive, I think. You know, when you sort of know how the 320 works. You know, a few extra fuel pumps and a few bits and pieces, but apart from that, it should be a lot better. It'd be interesting how to configure the thrust master joysticks. Of course, in the 330 they don't have a reverse gate. Back here it's just idle and then toga, but the reverse gate is then the handles. So you pull the handles up for the reverses, it doesn't actually go further back. So yeah, maybe you just have to configure it the same way, and then if you want to go reverse on the 330, just move your thrust levers back to the reverse gate on your thrust master. And so yeah, it'd be interesting how we're going to configure these things up for it, just so it works. Alright, how are we doing? Still minus 24. Still on a bit of sort of icing conditions. There's still some moisture, cloud layers around. So, this summer, okay. Not far away. Shall I have a quick look at these graphics settings just to see if there's anything. Let's just have a quick look. General options. Graphics. It's on medium. Let's put it on high. I don't know what I usually have it on. And yeah, it's not really making much difference. I suspect it's maybe the clouds. I don't know. Not sure. Quality, yeah. It might go a bit better once the sort of cloud layers break up a bit. And it's the Fenix app. Yeah, let's just having a look at that. So I've got display quality. Display quality is on quality. The rendered displays is on the CPU, which is recommended, which is always had. It's balanced. When we can change that. I mean, that's the quality, isn't it? Really, rather than the. Yeah, so that's just the quality. It's not really the refresh rate or anything, which just makes it look a bit worse. Let's put that back to what it was. Quality. So yeah, I'll put that back on quality now. But the render is on CPU, which is what it's supposed to be. Try changing them back to performance, then back to balanced. Balanced is fine. Yeah, it's a little bit more blurry. It's almost as if like you need glasses. But it's not adjusted the refresh rate. It's still a little bit better. I think it's just the amount of clouds around personally. I think my GPU and CPU is just working overtime. Maybe I need to, I don't know, put some rolling cache on, or I don't know. I mean, the actual sim is fine. So that's the main thing. So again, MSA, where are we? Let's have a quick refresh on that. So yeah, 15,000 is the worst case. So still potentially, probably in this case, if something was to go bang, we're probably better off turning back left, back to where we came from. Once we're over sort of gimmicks, another 80 odd miles ahead of us, another 10 minutes, then yeah, we can probably then turn right down towards Venice, which is going to be over here somewhere. Yeah, I've not really seen the screens being that bad before, so I don't know. Well, I started the Fenix app before I started the sim today, because I do have this problem, which every time I start the sim and load it, the sim always crashes. So I have to load the sim up twice every single time to get it to work, and it'll always crash the first time I load it, and then I've got to restart it. And I thought I'd try loading the Fenix app to start with this time, and then the sim, to see if that helps it. And when I loaded the Fenix app, that then crashed the PC, so it obviously didn't like the Fenix app from starting. You know, so I don't know if that had any effect of where I started the Fenix app prior to starting the sim. It's not quite behaved, I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, not sure. As long as it behaves okay once we're flying, I don't mind. Right, there we go. It's minus 40 on the temperatures. Don't need the anti-ice anymore. That's off. Might leave the belts on just a little bit longer. See, where's Gavga? That's what I want to know. Oh, come on. It's just real, yeah. A bar to Catania. There we go.
Track stress. If you don't already know, Whoop is a wearable device that monitors recovery.
Catania's quite nice. Catania's quite a nice little airport to go to.
Of course they are, yes, of course you were. I do recall that.
This is not actually far away from me then, really.
Right, when we suddenly turned into the vomit comet. CD, you were there as well. Mark was there. William Vantinger, North Carolina. I'd love to say I know where that is, William, but I'm hopeless at USA geography. Colin Smith was there as well. Kevin, you joined about 3.5 hours in. That was.
Can you buy better hardware and deductive from the taxes? Yeah, yeah. So I might try that on my next tax return. Yeah, possibly.
Do you know what? We need to focus on the positives there, Leanne. 2 hours 20 in, it was interesting, and we saved all the passengers in the aircraft and carried on. Even better. Ace Airstream was there as well. Where have
William.
these pink hand emojis come from?
Got my free spinal reel helmet. Ah, it sounds like somebody smashed it.
HD, good afternoon. How are you? Where are you? Sat on the sofa at home, I'm guessing. Either that or you're at an airport with some good Wi-Fi. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Make sure you had a lovely dream last night with lines upon lines upon lines.
I'm watching two streams now. I'm watching Gav's and I'm watching mine.
You and your cloud lines.
Very nice on the volcano.
William,
Yes.
you got
Yeah, it
the
is.
final
Yeah.
realignment yesterday, and that wasn't the landing. HD did miss the long haul yesterday, yeah? He'd have dozed off.
We there yet? Come on. Right, I think it's alright for the bout, so probably try and wet themselves. So yeah, that's done.
HD, you're
That's
over
all.
at the Alps? Really? What? Are you streaming as well? I didn't know that. Are you? I'd not had a notification if that was the case. I've probably just flown past you. Oh dear. So this is the real reason I'm on the school run later. My wife has gone out for a liquid lunch with her friends.
I turned on your stream and hear Gavin. Yes. Sorry. Can you hear
No, it can't.
Gav's?
She's over there. Can't.
Can you hear Gavin's
Can't get
stream
that
through mine? I mean, the only thing I can hear is through my headset. So
Yeah,
it's
HD, I
surprising.
don't believe for a minute you've got onboard Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, I don't have onboard Wi-Fi.
You're doing Munich to Corfu. Oh, nice. Well, it can't be a million miles
Use the
away
stream.
from
Hey,
you.
gaming. Yeah, can you hear Gavin? Oh, sorry. Maybe I need to,
William,
maybe I need
the
to
wife has
turn
gone to get ahead, and so you've got the house to yourself.
the
today.
microphone off. I mean, to be fair, the
How much head
microphone.
has she got?
No, let's just turn Gavin
Hey,
off.
Fraser, I'm doing.
There we go. That might be a bit better. Yeah, no, my microphone picked up the conversation I had with the boiler man last week, and that was downstairs about 40 feet away. So, yeah, no, it's, the microphone's probably doing pretty well. So, yeah, it's probably a good chance you are hearing Gavin as well. Right, should I just abandon that? Should I go right to my stream? Oh, confused. Hearing you. Right, yeah, let's close Gavin now if that's just confusing everybody. Right, how these screens are still really low refresh rates. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Oh well, it's not a major issue. Very friendly boiler man. Yeah, he was very good. Yeah. Yeah. You can hear Gav. Yeah, gosh, that was weird. Yeah, because it's. I mean, you know, I'm hearing Gavin's stream through my headset. I don't have any speakers on the PC, so you're obviously hearing Gavin through the microphone that's picking it up through my headset, which is, yeah, that's quite impressive. I mean, I could turn the microphone off, but then you can't hear me. Right, still over the hard stuff. Let's have a look at the routes. So what's the time of the estimated time of arrival? 20 past 2. Zulu, 20 past 3. That's not too bad. I was tempted to sort of put in a failure or something as well today. But then I thought, well, if I do that and I can't get into Corfu, I'll be a bit annoyed, so maybe I won't. Or saying that worse still, it'd give me an uncontained engine fire or something, and you know, it's the last thing I want to do. So, yeah, it may not be that personally. Anyway, I didn't do any of the 10,000 foot checks, did I? That's done. That's done. Radnav's that will be clear. Too busy chatting. That's done. 370, yeah, we should just be able to do that. Performance, not going to leave. Going to leave the cost index alone. Fuel, we've got CNR's about 2.9. We're about 16 minutes up on that. That's kind of what we wanted. We went about half hour, didn't we, really? So, yeah, I wanted a little bit more than that. Secondary is a copy. And if I just go 7.6, we're going to at least level off before Gimax, at least I can do a fuel check there. So we've basically taken an extra 2 tons with us today, which means it'd be 2 tons on top of that. So what's contingency? Contingency is a couple hundred, yeah. So what's that? 4.3. So it should be about 6.3 we want at Gimax, which isn't looking far off. Yeah, maybe a little bit less than what we expected. Hey J-Hop, how you doing? Did you see Gav's 10,000 foot? No, I didn't. So tell me the story. What? Yeah, what happened? No, I haven't had a chance to catch up with anything. So, and he hasn't messaged me either. So he's not messaged me to tell me what's happened. So he's either kept it very, very quiet, or it wasn't quite as bad as what some people thought. Right, it's 1,000 to go. Come up you go, girl. There's an EasyJet just behind us. That's the guy just behind here. There's an EasyJet going down to Santorini, I think that is. Yeah, SR. That's not a bad little flight. It's a narrow runway though. I never really like Santorini for that reason. It's just always a bit of a bastard to get into. Yeah, B's 35,000 feet, so he's below us. Turkish. Anybody else going to Corfu? There was a few of us. There's somebody from Zagreb. There's a couple of departures. Yeah, should be okay. Right, out cruise. Let's go back to manage speed. So yeah, there we go. At Gimax, we should have had about 6.4. We've had 6.2. Yeah, it's not far off. Can cope with that. That's on below. Yeah, I don't know why this is so slow. Gav turned on FS Realistic mid-flight and tickets free. Oh, right, okay. Nice. Did he have it off then? I have to watch it. 218 in the stream. Okay, yeah, I will do. I'm as rubbish a Ryanair pilot. I've got stupid. Yeah, it's, things are going around, J-Hog, aren't they? I'll have to. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Should I just 218 in the stream? Should I have a quick look at that now? I'm going to turn my microphone off. YouTube. Where's Gavin's stream? Right, I'm just going to turn my microphone. I just want to see this. 218. Right, let me have a quick look.
That's not working. Turn everything off. Prior to doing that, of course, get all the automation off, and then do it. Don't do it with the automation on. That might not have ended well if not. Sounds like, yeah, this is the fly-by-wire systems, that's right. To be fair, that is the Airbus way. If something's not working, turn it off and turn it back on again, and it'll be fine. Right, we're now a lot lower down though, so just realised we're not climbing anymore. Thrust climb, up climb. Let's see if we get better, if we get a climb pitch commanded. There we are. Where are you going? Also, problem climbing anymore. A330 military, so first the public go into, then press it. Was that can use there? Tony said tried landing the Phoenix with realistic turbulence, and it was handling like a Cessna. Interesting. We've got realistic turbulence turned on here in the sim. It's all seems to be okay. Just realised, however, that my oh, where's it gone? FS Realistic has just disconnected for some reason. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what have we done? FS Realistic, what have you done? Oh no, 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 no. What have you done?
Oh yeah, I found it. Oh dear.
Falling from the sky, guys. This is an absolute nightmare. What has it done? Oh, can we rescue this?
Oh dear. Yeah, FS Realistic didn't like that for Gavin, did he?
What was that?
Why on earth caused that for him? 208, yeah, I've got it, yeah.
Speed.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's going to turn your pouch brown, isn't it, if that happened in real life? Yeah, whoops. Not too sure what happened there. I mean, my FS Realistic is on. You know, I've got my turbulence sort of set down a little bit low, I suppose. I think the realistic turbulence is set up in the sim. But yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it when the sim does those things and just puts the aircraft into a nosedive. Right, I suppose we should get some weathers, really, shouldn't we? And have a quick look at what's around. So Ljubljana in Slovakia, I think it is. I can't remember which one it is. That's just behind us. So that's LJ, that's it. Ljubljana. Let's have a quick look at that. So we got Ljubljana, that's a good one. Probably have a look at Venice, it's a little bit, so it's off to the right. Ljubljana, so 004, good fish, housing vicinity, few TCUs, broken 1,000, 1013, so yeah, workable, not too much of a problem. Now, PZ, Venice, send that. Where else can we have a look at? Split is potentially a good one. Split Dubrovnik. So that's looking lovely. So Venice is potentially a good option if something catastrophic was to go wrong. LDSP for Split. Is it LDSP? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Trying to remember my 4-letter codes. Sadar, yeah, Sadar's not too bad. Sadar's a bit easier than Split, to be fair. So Split 090 at 6. So yeah, we know the RS of 05. Then that's fine. That's good for us. Wind's pretty calm. So yeah, Sadar's not a bad one. Which is LDZD. LDZD. Can't remember if I got the scenery in for that one. Might do. Again, that's looking pretty nice. Yeah, no problems. A few TCUs maybe, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik's good. Winds, that's, yeah, probably favouring 1-1. It's a bit of a crosswind, but 1-1 would be fine. A few CBs around, yeah, on thunderstorms, rain, yeah, not brilliant, but possible. Where's the other one I want to go to? In Italy. So Split maybe rather than Dubrovnik. LIBR, that's the one. LIBR. Brindisi. Oh, what are you doing? Come on, work, you bastard. Ugh, my MacDo is, or FMG is, he is just falling over. That's one thing I don't think I did. Did I do this? Config. Random. Yeah, no, there we go, it should be on. That's that. Have I like run out of space for any more messages? No, it doesn't like that, does it? Doesn't like me having any more weathers. No. Okay. I'll have to do it another way then. Okay, what's the other weathers? Odd. Haven't seen that before. No, that one. Let's have a look. Let's look at Corfu and write this down. So 3004. That's nice. Good for scattered TCs around 16 degrees. And 1012. Nothing significant. In terms of alternates, Preveza. Very, very similar, I should imagine. There you go, BLU. What does that mean? Go on, somebody tell me what BLU means. Somebody would bound to know it. But yeah, it's generally a good sign. Let's look at Brindisi. Weather. Brindisi 0108, few TCs around 16 degrees, 101. Yeah, so good. Brindisi's looking good as well. Let's have a quick look at Athens as soon as that was another alternate. Airports. Athens is variable at 3. Bit of drizzle, few TCs around. Broken at 3,514, 1016. So yeah, it's not too bad. Good. 012. Yeah, this refresh rate is horrible. I'm hoping that doesn't affect the autopilot on the flight in. So, I mean, the weather's cleared up a bit now. Anyway, that's that done. Let's get this in perf. 012. I'll say 16 degrees. Some minimums. So the RNAV is LNAV only, but it's 770. Oh, come on. So one thing I do notice about the Fenix is it doesn't seem to, when you click a button, it just doesn't seem to respond as much as maybe what the fly-by-wire certainly does. Fly-by-wire seems to be a bit more responsive, but the Fenix just seems to be a bit, I don't know, unresponsive. Blue meter abbreviations for skies clear, no clouds. Yeah, it's basically, it's a NATO weather code. So it's just an abbreviation for blue, which is generally good. There's multiple. There's like white, blue, yellow, green, yellow, orange, red, black. I think. I can't remember. There's about 7. But blue is like, the second best one you can get. I think white is maybe, nothing at all, but I can't quite remember. But yes, it's a NATO military code, and because Preveza is actually a NATO Greek Air Force base, or it used to be, whether it still is I don't know, but they used to have A7s. So the Greek Air Force used to have the old, was it the Vought? Grumman? I can't remember who made them, but yeah, the A7, the old A7, which used to flew for the US Navy as well, but and the Air Force, I think. But yeah, it's a NATO base, which is why there is a NATO weather designator at the end of the meter, because it's a military base. What else I've got to do? I'm sure there's something else I've got to do. That's all done. I'm trying to remember what to just do normally. I think that's done. Today we learned. There we go. Yeah. Just Google how to do it now. NATO collect codes. There we go. Colour state. So no, blue is the better one. I tell a lie. Yeah, I couldn't quite remember which way it went. So yeah, it's blue, white, green, yellow, and then it's got yellow 2, amber, then red. Which I don't. Yeah. That's not the one I remember. Oh, bugger off. Blue, white, green. Oh, maybe it's yellow. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a couple of different variations. You do have black as well, which is sort of, I think the airfield is closed. Oh, why do I get so many fucking adverts come up when I click things? Yeah, whatever. Whatever. It is in there somewhere. You can generally find it. Try and land at jib when it says red. No. No, definitely not. Well, I mean, you could try, whether you'd actually get anywhere near it, probably not. How are we doing for, has this increased much at all? So we should, 23 minutes is increasing, so yeah, we should be expecting at least an extra ton by the time we get into Corfu. CNR's 2.9, so yeah, expecting that to increase a little bit. I mean, that should have already said about 1.1, 1.2 tons, because there's contingency in that as well. So yeah, that's slowly increasing to give us the extra fuel. Don't really see any weather on the horizon yet. I mean, you know, in real life you can usually see well off in the distance here. You know, you can see thunderstorms, CBs sort of developing on the horizon further down the coast. So even though sometimes the weather range or the range on the ND and your weather radar might not pick anything up at you know 320 miles. Not that we got weather radar, but it may not pick anything up here. But you know, we might actually be able to start seeing things on the horizon. So, but at the minute, can't see anything just yet, which is looking good. Of course, it's all looking very good to the west as well, towards Italy. So, all very nice. Let's go medium on the little brake. That's probably what one wants. Let's do a quick landing distance calculation. I think it's really warranted, but we'll give it a quick go. Jets all working. Corfu, runway 34. It is. What do we got? So we got TCU, so it's probably dry at the minute. Landing weight we think is going to be, what's that, 57? 57 points, another 4 tons, 61 tons. Yeah, 61 tons should be fine. We should be below that. 61. Be medium order brake. And can we do low order brake? We can probably do low order brake actually. Auto reverse, manual landing, full flat, auto thrust, yeah. So even low order brake might be fine. If it was, yeah, it's not really any change. 2 meters for a wet runway. I doubt that. I think it'd be a bit worse. So if it was a wet runway, it'd be good. So yeah, let's go low then, because we're going to be sort of vacating towards the end anyway, I suspect. So in terms of where we land, ground charts. So yeah, the idea is to land and then probably vacate to Alpha 3 or Alpha 2. And then park on one of these stands around here, because you know, more often than not, there's usually somebody that's waiting to depart, so they're pushing back and they're waiting at Alpha 1. So you can't usually get in via Alpha 1 because there's usually somebody waiting to taxi and backtrack down to the end of the runway to depart off at 3-4, or actually sometimes it's you can depart off 1-6 as well. That's usually the other things that we can often do. Certainly those winds, the winds are relatively light and variable, so sometimes you might actually have people Alpha 3 waiting to depart on runway 16, because performance wise there's no terrain really to the south to worry about, where there is a hill to the north, so it can be a little more restrictive in your takeoff weight if you take off on 3-4. So yeah, sometimes if the winds are light and variable, you might have people waiting to depart on 16. So in that case I will go medium, because just depends on what other people do. If anybody else VATs him, there may be somebody that's waiting to depart off 16 to go on Alpha 3, so at least I can come off at Alpha 2. So yes. You can probably see the rock when it's right in front of you, yeah. When should flight directors be turned off, for example, and the bird used for specific approaches, most non-precision approaches? Yes. Generally, there is a caveat in the SOPs, if I can dig that out somewhere. So I can dig it out. Where's that going to be? God, hang on a minute, let me try and find it. So let me try and find it and give you an example. I try and find you what the SOPs say, and then I try and give you examples of when and when you wouldn't. Right, approach criteria. Right, bear with me. I'm just looking for what it is in the SOPs. Somewhere around here. Find batch management. Nope. App. So it's in the approach using fine lap guidance. It's in here, I think, if I remember correctly. Right, so Flight Director Autopilot, Flight Director used for approach. Recommended to use Autopilot when available for all non-precision approaches, which makes sense, yeah. The use of Flight Director Autopilot guidance provides required navigation accuracy. Have actually, I don't know if I've written it in. I'm wondering if it's in the SOPs that I've written. That's the only thing I'm thinking of, or if it isn't. RMPAR, it's not there. Have I actually written this in or not? Right, I've got something here for... Is this RMPAR? I think it is. So there's a caveat for the RMPAR. For minimum down to the missed approach, the Flight Director provides additional guidance. Flight Director must be switched off if the guidance is not relevant or not followed, which is not the bit I'm after. Right, well, I've got a funny feeling I might not have actually written it in, which means I'll have to go revert to my proper SOPs to find it in there. Because there is something written somewhere. For a visual approach, the Flight Directors are off. Use the bird on that. That's a visual approach. That's slightly different to what we'd normally be doing. No, do you know what? I've got a funny feeling. Maybe I haven't actually included it. So have a quick look in my thingy. Right, so when would you normally do it? Right, so without actually giving you anything sort of to look at in terms of guidance, this guidance online in Munich dictates. Yeah, fair enough. Right, so yeah, let's try and have a quick look at two examples. Which actually, to be fair, Corfu is going to be a really good example for this. So. What do you want? So you want the GNSS 3.4, and then let's find something that's really obscure. Not that one. Maybe that's a bit too. There's a really offset. Yeah, that is that straight in, possibly. Some of these are quite offset, which are quite good examples. I think this is a circling. So this is a circled slant, which isn't straight in. It's obviously not straight in. VOR Bravo. All right. VOR X-ray. All right. What's the inbound track? Right. It's a couple of degrees off. It's not the best example, but it will do. So what's that? 3, 4, 5. Right. In fact, I think this is actually quite a good example as well. So yeah, I think so. But so on any non-precision approach, generally, you would turn the flight directors off at a specific point. So once you're visual. So in this case, we've got minimums of 770 feet and RVRs of 2,400 meters. So, you know, say you're visual at Kilo Romeo 600, so you've got visual the runway, you're happy, happy to disconnect and fly the aircraft manually because this isn't an auto land. So, you know, you can only use your autopilot down to 250 feet anyway. So once you're visual, you, in this case, even though the final waypoint is at the threshold, I'm trying to remember now, I have to double check my SOPs on this, but because the inbound course is not aligned with the runway, you can't use the flight directors. And again, I have to try and remember, I have to try and find the SOPs on this specifically. So in that case, you would turn the flight directors off, so they would come off. I mean, you'd have the bird on probably already in anticipation for this happening. So the bird would be on when you're on final approach. And when you visually just say, right, flight directors off, set the inbound course, which is 345, I think in this case, which is the runway you can head in, and just confirm all the thrust speed on your FMA. That's what you do if there's a certain amount of degrees off the centre line, and certainly if the missed approach point isn't at the runway, which it is here. And the same for the VOR X-ray. That's something actually, funny enough, the VOR X-ray is actually more aligned with the runway. That's 343. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting a sore throat again. So it's actually more aligned, but yeah, you wouldn't use a flight director, I don't think, for this one either. In comparison to, let's have a look at Munich, because Munich's bound to have one. An RMP approach. So there we go, we've got an RMP approach for 08. So 080 is the inbound course. The runway heading. 08 left, I think 080, is it? Yeah, 080. So because the inbound track and the final waypoint, the missed approach point, is at the runway, you can use the flight director guidance all the way down to the runway in that case, because of those reasons. But when the final approach track is offset, and you've got like a missed approach point somewhere else, you have to turn them off. Offset localizer, yeah, I mean, you definitely have to do that. It's probably going to turn to a circling or visual approach anyway. What I don't get is why you turn the flight directors off. Why? Because they're giving you guidance, Liana. That's why. So if the autopilot is in, which you wouldn't have that in the last stage of the approach anyway, the autopilot's going to follow the flight directors. But this isn't precision guidance to land you on a runway. So if you were to follow that, hey Alan, how you doing? Or if the autopilot was to fly it, basically it'd probably just fly the aircraft into the ground and then off the runway potentially. So you don't want the autopilot to be following guidance, which is not going to land you. Obviously that's different on an ILS approach, Cat 2 and 3, which can actually automatically land. So that's why you don't want the autopilot to follow it. And same reason if you're manually flying with the flight directors on. If I disconnect the autopilot now, and I was to pull, whatever it was, I've got then all sorts of funny guidance, and we're of course trained to sort of follow these green flight directors. Now we don't really want to be doing that, so that's the danger. If you turn the autopilot off and you manually fly, but then you've got flight director guidance that's commanding you to do something stupid, you can instinctively follow that guidance rather than just look out the bloody window and land the aircraft, and then you can get yourself in all sorts of problems as well, because you're following guidance which is incorrect. It's not what you want to do. So that's why you turn it off. It's a preemptive sort of protection strategy, I suppose, to stop you following guidance which is not relevant. And obviously you don't want the autopilot following that, and you don't really want to follow that accidentally either. Once the workload gets really, really high, it's very interesting to see crews and what they do sometimes in the sims, and the mistakes that can be made. When the workload is very high, sometimes people just revert back to some sort of basic things where they can just start following guidance, but the guidance could be completely inaccurate or wrong. Sometimes following that guidance is the last thing you want to do. So yeah, that's why you turn it off. You don't mislead it. Yeah, basically that's exactly it. That's precisely why you don't want to do it. Let me just see if I can find something. I just need to FDs. Yeah, I have to find if there's actually something written. I'm sure there is something somewhere. I just need to find out where it is. SCTM. Right, here we go. So it might be the flight crew training manual. Actually, this might be better. Right, let me just read what this says. Right, here we are. So yeah, this is what I haven't written in the SOPs that I've written, but it basically just validates what I said. So, so it says basically below minimum when the fine lap mode is used for the approach, is what we're doing today. The flight director apply lateral and vertical managed guidance down to the missed approach point. So in this case, our missed approach point is the runway, and the same for 08 left here in Munich. The missed approach point is at the runways. So you know, this is the sort of the anchor point, I suppose. It's the last waypoint on the approach, which is the threshold, and that is equally the missed approach point as well. So, which is fine. So you know, the flight director guidance guides you down towards that. The flight crew can keep the autopilot flight director engaged below the minimum. Keeping the autopilot flight director below the minimum when visual references are required is highly valuable in the flying conditions, high minimum above ground level marginal conditions. However, the guidance may not be relevant, especially in the following cases. If the missed approach point at the runway threshold and final segment is not aligned with the runway track, final segment does not cross the runway threshold. It doesn't give you any sort of, you know, examples of how much it needs to be offset by, but you know, I'd suggest anything more than about 1 or 2 degrees. It's not then aligned with the final runway track, or there's a strong offset between the final runway track and the actual runway heading itself. So in our case, because there's a 4 degree offset there between the actual runway heading and the final approach track, the guidance is not really considered to be relevant, so it's advisable to turn the flight directors off. So yeah, there is something written. I think it's A320 simply said flight directors on with track FPA only when autopilot is gauged, otherwise turn them off. That is probably fairly say that's SOP. You know, if you're using the track FPA or if you're using the bird, you do have flight directors here. These are called the whiskers. These are little green whiskery things. You know, if you turn them off, you've only got the bird then. If you turn them in, they're the flight directors for the bird, and they sort of maneuver appropriately for the bird to follow it. But I mean, the only time you're really using the bird is if you're flying visually to do a manual landing, so you're not really following any flight director guidance when you're using the bird. So if you've got the bird on, the flight directors will probably come off. So I mean, you know, with the flight directors on with the bird on and the autopilot's in, then it's just going to do as it's told. It's just a different way of displaying the flight director guidance. But when you've got the bird on, it's you know, you're effectively priming yourself for a visual landing. So you know, as we do the approach here, the flight the track FPA and the bird will be on, the autopilot will be on, so the flight directors will still be on. But then when I'm visual and happy that I can land manually, the flight directors will come off. I'll set the inbounds runway QDM, which is I think 345 here, and then you know, the flight directors come off, and then the auto thrust will revert to speed mode because I'm not planning on land manual thrust. So you know, that's kind of what we're doing. Let's just have a quick look at the not the SOPs, but the approach. this one. BedX, that's the one. So yeah, we got Latan, and then direct to Karikira VOR. We're going to go to BedX, but we're going to basically pick up this RNAV approach from BedX, and then do this, the 602, 601, and then just fly inbound this way. So visibility was good last time I checked. What was that? I don't actually know. Did I not write it down? Arrival. So has that changed? The 1320. So yeah, good fizz, all the nines. A few scattered TCUs around. 16 degrees, 1012 still. 320 at 5. So I'm just going to make sure this is all coded correctly in the FMGC. Let's get that up. So yeah, this is not coded correctly in the FMGC, as we can quite clearly see. So this has got it's got the star in, and then it's got. So I think what I need to do basically is take the star out. Oh, wrong button. No star, and then via BedX it should awesome one awesome waypoint. Awesome. There we go. That's tidied up. So we got Tigra direct to BedX. We're sort of missing Latan. That's fine. I don't care too much about that. We probably get a direct to anyway by ATC. BedX down to Kilo Romeo 602. 602, 2,900 feet is the minimums there, so we can go down to that. 601, 185 knots. Okay, probably be 180 knots by their maximum, which I might just overwrite that now. Put you in. And then 2,900 feet down to 1,700 feet, so that's the actual platform. So there's a little bit of descent management for this one, it's quite interesting. So 2,900 feet. Probably want to be flaps to 180 knots by this at the latest. And then the Kilo Romeo 600 waypoint, that's the top of the drop, 1,700 feet, so we can verify that or validate it. It says 1,700 feet, 3 degrees. We can see the RMP approach is a 3-degree approach as well. There's no temperature corrections on this because it's more than warm enough. Yeah, I found approach track offset by 5 degrees. That says that in the chart. So just a bit of descent management, so yeah, probably flat to 180 degrees, and then we'll go down to 1,700 feet then. Once we're level at 1,700 feet, and this waypoint is the next inbound waypoint at the top right of the ND, that's when we can arm the approach. And then we can see here we've got the Kilo, the Corfu 3-4 waypoint here, crossing the threshold of 55 feet. And the runway threshold is only 5 feet, so that makes sense, it's 50 feet above the threshold. This approach is relatively convoluted. It's basically right to, was it 700, 701, 185 knots in that turn. So in terms of configuration, probably, yeah, S speed, we'll be doing that in S speed. 701, 702, just back round the houses, all the way back round to BedX. And we can hold there if we need to. So that's all in the box. We can do that manage now if we need to. Do we need some VORs? Hard tune? Probably not really. It's an RMP approach. This approach is climbing to 4,000. So that's in. Let's get the runway in. LGKR34. It's an RMP approach. GNSS is probably required on this. It is. So satellites, yeah, time of our arrival, we're going to be good for that. It is LNAV only minimum. That's fine, we can still use fine lap, that's not a problem. Performance, we've got speed. What is the VAP speed actually? 135. Did we even look at that, the performance? Oh, wrong one. Can't even remember. No, we didn't need to put the speed in. In the fly-by-wire you do, don't you? It asks for a bit more data, but yeah, you don't need to do that. In the Fenix, it just sort of obviously knows that that's the weight. That's going to be a fine lap speed. You might be able to add. No, there's not even an ability to add the speed to it. Your control lease just went online. Don't know if he's handling your area. I haven't. Have I had a buzz? I don't think I have. Nope, nobody's buzzed me. And you might do in a minute if he picks me up. I'll be going down soon anyway, so you might not even bother. Right, where were we? So yeah, this is sort of it's not really a stabilised approach, sort of decelerated approach, but an early sort of sector of slowing down. There's our extra fuel, 1.1, that's kind of what we wanted. So we've got loads of extra fuel to give it another go. If we can't get in, then we can look at Preveza and then potentially look at Athens. Preveza was obviously a lot less fuel than that. Secondary, I've kind of left it alone. We do have our options. We've got VOR approaches. If we were to lose, you know, the RMP capability, GNSS, then we've got VORs that we could potentially rely on. In fact, we've got quite a few. We've got VOR Zulu, which is probably the preferred one. So yeah, there's an option to do a VOR approach. In fact, is there one comes in from? There we go. So we've got one that comes in from BedX as well. So yeah, we got the option of the VOR Yankee, and that's a 2,900 foot platform, but that is a steeper approach. That's 3.4, and that would be yeah, we could still do that in fine lap actually, to be fair. Higher minimum, so higher requirement for the Viz, but that would be a bit of a steeper approach. In terms of the frets, obviously there's a lot of terrain off to the west of the approach, but we should be visual with that to be able to keep visual separation with the terrain. On the ground, no idea. Hopefully there'll be nobody messing about. Where's my aircraft? I'm outside of his airspace, I think, now. Right, anyways, let's set that up. So yeah, we do have a VOR there if we need it. So have a quick look at the no times again, just make sure we haven't forgotten anything. ADSB stuff, not too worried about that. Presence of marshes, hopefully that'll all be sorted. Taxiway Alpha from a beam, lead in lines 4 to 7 out, close to work in progress. So let's have a look at that. Taxiway Alpha. Okay. What was it? Taxiway Alpha from a beam, lead in line 4 to 7. Okay. So potentially, I mean the scenery won't account for this, but I suppose, you know, it could be a bit of a threat, is this bit here could be closed to work in progress. So if we were on stand 1, 2 and 3, we would probably either have to backtrack and come back in via Alpha 1. If we were on any of these stands, 7 Alpha, then we might be in there. But I don't think the stands are closed. I'm not 100% sure what that means, to be honest. It's not that clear, but obviously that's not really replicating the scenery anyway. So. I think he is almost over Italy, most, not moist, Jesus, most, yeah. I think I'm just far enough outside his airspace. Have a look at the airfield brief, that's always sometimes worth just having a look at. Make sure there's nothing in there that's obvious. Where are we going? Corfu. General CCI. No experienced captains, first officers. That's fine. Don't apply to me. Runway 16 captains only approaching landing. Won't be doing that. Knights won't be doing that either. So a bit of high terrain around, which is kind of discussed. Runway shape is reported to be extremely bumpy. So yeah, it's not the best runway. This it's not particularly looked after. You can still use Charlie. Yeah, you probably can. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Pappies are reported difficult to see. So do we have pappies? We should do. Ooh. So pappies, where are they? Yeah, pappies should be on the left and the right, so we should be able to see those. All approaches on runway 34 offset. We kind of discussed that already. The end of the touchdown zone markings on runway 34. Last marker has 2 lights only visible at night. That's not going to be applied to us. We'd be able to see the touchdown zone markers. Loss of control, wind shear and turbulence may be experienced in strong winds. They're calm winds. That shouldn't affect us. Gusting northwest and north winds result in severe turbulence at 500 feet on runway 34. But it's not that strong, so don't expect that. Wind shear reports and wind is southeast. Again, it's from the northwest. The runway surface undulates and may produce a marked bouncing on both takeoff and landing roll. Okay, that's fine. So the RNAV approach is the preferred one. We talked about a slightly higher approach angle on the other VORs. We're not doing a visual circuit. I mean, we could do a visual circuit. Probably not going to do that, but not going to do runway 16. Not going to depart. Good, so there's nothing really in there. Nothing to concern us too much. So yeah, I could probably still use taxiway Charlie. Yeah, I'm sure we could, Christian. I'm sure there's no real restrictions. So we've got about another sort of 6 or 7 minutes till we're starting to go down. First ascent points, BedX 4000. In terms of the arrival, 10,000 feet, 3,500. Yeah, if we go aim for sort of BedX at 4,000, I'm sure that's going to be absolutely fine for what we need to do. Has Gav landed yet? He's not far away. He's only sort of over here somewhere, isn't he? And Brindisi. Oh, he's sort of Sicily, isn't he? I think. Look at that. About 4,500 feet. Ah, so he'll probably be in time for my landing. Oh, he's probably got the school run, isn't he? I think. I don't think there's any change on that. So there's a little bit. No, it's changed. Yeah, winds moving about a little bit, so it's probably a little bit of cloud about. Still good fizz though. 999. Scalar TCUs 18 degrees, going up a little bit. 1011 at QNH. No SIG. That won't have much effect to the landing distance, I'm sure. It's not quite updated yet. Yep. Obviously, this is a major threat now as well. We're setting the QNH for RMP approaches. You know, after what happened to one of the aircraft in Charles de Gaulle. But your voice is much more relaxed than Gav's, is it? I won't tell him that. That's, yeah, that's, I'm a southerner. I see. I'm a posh southerner. He's a northern monkey, so maybe that's why. It's going to offend some people, isn't it? That. Yeah, it's a real big threat. RMP approach. So we've got to make sure these QNHs are corrected. So ATC would clear us when they clear us the RMP approach. They give us the QNH, but yeah, this has to be set correctly before you start. Otherwise, basically, shit can hit the fan, which you don't want. So real sort of threat, 'cause it's not an easy way to validate you're sort of on the correct profile when you're doing an RMP approach, because even when you've got height checks, it's all based off the altimeter. So your altimeter might say, you know, you're sort of 8 miles away from a runway, and it might say, yeah, you're spot on for, you know, that height check, but you're not, because you've set the QNH wrong. So, you know, these height checks are almost a bit superfluous, really. If you're 8 miles at 2,600 feet, if you set the QNH wrong, it might say 2,600 feet, but actually you're completely wrong. So, you haven't heard him swearing. Oh, I have, Christian. Yeah, I have heard him swearing. He's a lot more PG on his streams. Right, again, so weather-wise, we're still looking at the horizon. We still don't see anything that convective. A bit of high-level stuff here. A little bit of low-level stuff sort of around this sort of western coast of Croatia, down towards Albania. So still looking pretty good. Bit of terrain, maybe coming around sort of Greece. So yeah, I think weather-wise we should be okay. Well, there we go. Let's start going down. So let's go down 10,000 feet initially. There we go. Thrust 11%, 10,000, or flight level 100 blue. Again, yeah, this screen is very. So apologies about the delayed refresh rate on this screen. Not too much I can do about that. But I mean, the actual sim itself is behaving. So once we are visual, it'd be relatively straightforward to land. I say confidently. Right, I'm just going to off the air for 30 seconds just to make sure the dog's alright. I'll be back in a minute. dog's still alive, that's the main thing. Right, where are we? The flight to Gothenburg. I think he's talking about my swearing. Was he? Yeah, probably. I think I've calmed the swearing down a little bit. Apart from the odd, pillocks on VATSIM, but anyway. Right, so how are we looking? So Corfu, I think, is somewhere around here. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. That might be it down there, I think. I think that's it. So yeah, weather's looking good. A few clouds, but nothing too bad. Oh, how are we doing on that profile? Still a little bit high. So we can just increase that rate of descent. Corfu traffic, LTU 86 Papa is descending 10,000 feet. Direct to BedX for the arrival RMP approach into runway 34 for Corfu. Oh, I've got bloody Ryanair as well. So how has he appeared? It's always the way. There's always somebody that's arriving at exactly the same bloody time as me. Right, it's Ryanair, so we know what that means. Don't let Ryanair beat us. Right, just to cheat a little bit, I'm going to go a little bit. So I'm going to go to BedX, I'm going to go to Kilo Romeo 002. And let's go all the way down to, is it 2,900 feet? Yeah. And set the QNH 1011. So QNH is cross jets. 2,900 feet is blue. Let's get the belts on. And let's do the approach checks. Say RF QNH 1011. Seatbelts are on. Minimum is Barrow 770 feet set, and auto brake is medium. EFBs are stowed and disconnected. Yeah, what's happened to my sim? I think I've just had a crash to desktop. Oh no, no. I don't know, it's doing something. It was working something out, but it's sorted itself out fine. Let's go Open descent. Speed brakes. So yeah, I don't know if it's Ryanair guys on voice. Can't see him on TCAS yet. Corfu traffic LTU 86 Papa is descending 2,900 feet direct to Kilo Romeo 602 for the RMP approach runway 34. Again, nothing on voice. Am I on VATS? Yeah, I am on Unicom, good. So 340 knots below 10,000 feet is not strictly correct, but there we go. I'm trying to beat a Ryanair. I've had priorities. I'm not letting a stinky Ryanair get in front of me. Right, approach phase activated. Yeah, still nothing on TCAS. Manage the speed. So Corfu's down here. Alright, manage to speed again. Hey Gaming, how you doing? So I'm going to go around the corner and then 2,900 down to 1,700 once we're past the 601 waypoint. Speed out start. Out. Alright, let's go flat 1, speed checks. Flat 1. 180 selected. Corfu Travel Galaxy 86 Papa is direct to the Kilo Romeo 601 for the RMP approach runway 34. Again, still nothing on TCAS, no idea where this Ryanair guy was. He might have done a visual approach, who knows. Let's go flap 2, speed checks, flaps 2, oh there he is. So 2,000 feet above me. So I'm not sure why. So, yeah, let's go 6-0. It's better. Don't know why that had a turn. It had a really wide turn there for some reason. Not too sure why that was. Down to 1,700. Speed VS 1700 blue. So I wouldn't normally do this, go right towards the hill, but yeah, I think it didn't quite work out that routing for some reason. So top of drop arrows in the right place. There's the runway. Looks like somebody's on the runway. Let's just manage the speed. Should we go down? Anyway, visual. Out start. And out now, final blue. Right, yeah, you can come down. Out. Flat 3, switch check, flat 3. Come on. Oh, these click spots are fucking useless. I wish Phoenix would sort that out. Right, fine lap. Was it 4,000? I think it was. Yeah, 4,000 feet. God, everything's so laggy today, and I don't know why. Flat 3, speed check, flat 4. Right, landing checklist. Cabin is secure for landing, go around issue 4,000 feet. Say, come on, miss landing, no blues. Right, so with visuals, we can disconnect the autopilots. Birdie's on. Flight director's off. Flight director off, thank you. 3, 4, 5, and we've got all the thrust speed. Corfu traffic, altitude 86 Papa is final runway 34. Right, so it looks like 2 reds, 2 whites. Visual on the left, clear the terrain. All clear this side. Don't know why the pressurization page is on. Tiny bit high.
100 above.
Flappy still look good.
Minimum.
Continue.
$500.
Stable. Odd.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Oh. Right, spoilers, reverse green, decel. What's gone on with all the what's gone with all the textures? It's like brand new scenery. Everything's pink. I only bought this the other week. Right, anyway, it's clear on the right. Coffee try to to you at 6 Papas, runway vacated. Right, we pick one of the stands on the right in a second. Stand 5, that'll probably do, won't it? Yeah, so I'm not too sure if this bit's closed in real life, but or maybe stand 6 gives a bit more. Oh no, 5 would be fine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all my textures. This is brand new scenery. Don't know. Right, anyway, gate 5. No. Alright, that's off. Well, apart from everything being really laggy, which isn't helping, I mean, the sim wasn't too bad. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the textures. I almost think like I need a complete bloody reinstall of my flight sim. I think there's so much corruption somewhere with something. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't quite get it. Maybe a conflict. Yeah, I don't know. It's something, isn't it? But I mean, how do you identify what the problem is? That's the problem, isn't it? Right, taxi light is off anyway. APU, that is starting. Clear on the right. Got a marshaller, I think. Yeah, looks like it. I thought it was a traffic cone, but no, it's a marshaller. Brake pressure's looking good. "45 seconds for the engines." That'll do. Stopped. Right, brakes on, and 3, 2, 1. That is 3 minutes. APU is good. 1's off, 2's off. That's done. Done. About an hour and 40. That was kind of what we were expecting. 10%. You can come on. Perfect. Yeah, that's a shame, that, isn't it? 'Cause it's decent scenery, with exception to all the pink bits.
The boarding requested.
Oh. Well, I don't think I heard one thing from that Ryanair. No. What's its course sign? 369. Right, anyway, the parking checks, before I forget them. So red unpredictive, wind shear is off, parking brake is on, engines are off.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Yeah, it's already done. Stop bloody going at me there. Engines are off, external lights are as required. So let's leave that on. Fuel pumps, we do that, do I? There we go. Not doing anything else after this, unfortunately. The electric pump is off, and the PDs are. I don't care about it. Good, so there we go. That was Corfu. It's a bit loud, isn't it? Turn down the headset. That's better. Oh, that's better. So, oh, I think. So apparently that Ryanair did call on Unicom, but I didn't hear it. Didn't hear a thing. I'm definitely on Unicom. Anyway, yeah, so we go. That's big triangles. Yeah, shame that. Shame there's a bit of something wrong. I don't know, maybe I have to install it and put it in again. But yeah, I only bought this literally. Was it in the? Might have been in the Easter sale, because there was a massive Easter sale, wasn't there, recently? So I did pick up a few bits of scenery. I can't remember what I bought now. Corfu was one of them. I think I got in Orly as well. I think I got Paris Orly. That was another one I picked up. And maybe one or two others. I might remember something. But anyway, it's your e-pilot output circuit. I don't even know what you mean. Output, yeah, in my headphones. Yeah. And I've heard other people, Christians, so it's not, it's not like I haven't heard anybody else. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, no, it's all, like I said, I heard everybody else. So, anyway, so yeah, I did digress from him. So yeah, there you go, there's Corfu. No, I didn't hear me. I think he's just an idiot, personally, because mine's set up. And yeah. No, I'm not. I mean, I've got to go and do things with the dog and everything else. Don't have time, sadly. I've got other things to do. Yeah, there's Corfu. Pretty nice and easy. It's actually, well, I say nice and easy. It's not. It's a bit of a last-minute dash in the end, and the flight plan didn't quite follow itself correctly. There was a bit of a discrepancy, a bit of a sort of long sort of turn onto that final, so I had to do a direct, which a bit naughty. Shouldn't really do that in real life, of course. Sort of took you over a bit of a hill, and then it was a bit of a dirty dive as well. But you know, sorted out, managed to get it all sorted in the end. You know, get it all stable, which was the main thing. So yeah, it's just a pretty good scene. I don't even want to do a walk around really, because I don't know, everything's just slow. I don't know. It's like my PC sort of slow down. You know, but the actual, it's funny, I'm sure I looked at this as well. I'm convinced I looked at this when I installed it and it all looked fine. But I've put a couple of things in the community folder, I think for today's flight, which has then maybe corrupted things. I'm trying to think what I've put in. Don't know. But yeah, interestingly, you can't really see it closely enough, sadly. If anybody knows Corfu reasonably well, there's traffic lights. There you go. So when you're departing off runway 16 here, they close the roads. The traffic lights go red. I think there's probably like double amber or something. I can't remember. There's a warning. I'm sure there's a photo somewhere online where you can see this aircraft sort of landing over a road. It always looks a little bit odd, but yeah, that's Corfu. So whenever you're landing on runway 16, they should close the road for you, because you're basically crossing the fence pretty low level. I think they've extended the runway. I think the threshold used to be a bit further up, so the touchdown zone was more here in the past. I can't quite remember. It's been so long since I've done that. So yeah, they might have changed it a little bit. But yeah, it's you know, apart from all the pink triangles and everything else and pink cars, it's you know, it's actually pretty decent scenery. There you go. It's part of Russian's Air Force there, by the looks of it. Yeah. So another up-to-date military jet that they could use. Puppies work on that runway. So yeah, runway 16 is an interesting one, because you've got to sort of do a circling approach. You've got to go over the bay here, sort of not fly into Albanian territory on the right there, and sort of go over around here, around this headland, and sort of fly over the old part, which is all very pretty. I've not actually been to Corfu as a holiday. I do keep meaning to do it, but I've never actually got around to doing it. But yeah, you sort of come around here. You know, this island, if memory serves me right, is a relatively decent visual sort of reference point of turning the sort of final approach, and then you come back round. I've often got cruise ships as well. There's often cruise ships sort of parked here and in various places along the docks. So you've obviously, you know, sometimes sort of crossing the cruise ships, not very high at all on the final approach as you're coming in. It's a bit disconcerting at night, because obviously, you know, you can see sort of almost, yeah, 2 reds, 2 whites there, and you know, you do cross the sort of bits of the town. You know, you're pretty low level. So yeah, it does make it quite interesting. It makes it good fun, especially in sporty weather. Well, good fun. I don't know if it's good fun is the right word. Maybe it's good fun in the sim. It's not so much good fun in the real aircraft. But there we go. So yeah, I think the road in Gibraltar is just about open, Jordan, isn't it? It's not far off. So worth stripping your community folder back to the base central slowly, add remove items back in you need, and which help with performance issues. Yeah, I might try that AC. Definitely, I've got so many things in there. I'm more concerned about this conflict. You know, what is it conflicting with? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I need to go back. I need to replace my sort of second hard drive to an SSD. That's the problem. Is, you know, the other hard drive is an old hard drive, and I don't think copying files over from one to the other is that quick. So it's a bit of a ball ache when you sort of copy things over to the community folder from the other hard drive, which of course then generally means it takes a bit longer to do everything, which means you've got to set everything up on will take a bit more time to set things up. But I didn't get a replay. I could have done a replay, couldn't I? Could have had a nice view from the balcony. There you go. Could have had a nice drink here and watch the approach. But I forgot to do that because I always forget to do that. Anyway, there we go, guys. There's Corfu. I'm going to go off now and sort the dog out and everything else. But hopefully that was relatively good, relatively informative. Yeah, there we go. So, hope everybody has another good day. I'm off for a couple of days, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance to do anything tomorrow. I think that the missus is at home tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll be roped in to do bloody gardening or something else. She's always got me doing something. So I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. Definitely won't be able to do it on the weekend either. I never get allowed to do anything on the weekends, so that won't happen. So it might be next week at some point, if I get a chance next week. So I try. But yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Cheerio.
Do you want to deboard crew?